This dude's got a little too much on his mind right now, so I'm gonna share the live real quick. And I got a few songs I'm gonna go get a little bit of, what do you call it, stress out. A little bit of some, what do you call it, emotional triggers. There's been a lot in thought inside this dome, and that usually doesn't go very well sometimes. And I'm being smart and getting live right now, and just put my emotions and my thoughts in music because that's what helps me. Keeps me from being really stupid. Recovering alcoholic, drug addict, we got to find better, different ways to deal with our problems. Because if we don't, we put it in a substance. Now, I use marijuana because for PTSD from being molested as a child. And I've really gotten a hold of the whole other types of drugs and stuff and been clean from those. And still trying to figure out new ways to deal with things. But my bread and butter is definitely doing these little videos on here. Used to do them on Facebook, not anymore. But at least on here, I ain't got to worry about the playlist because on Facebook they would mute it, like certain songs. So, but calm the nerves just a tad bit. It's legal in Ohio. At least I'm smoking this instead of something else. You may or may not some of this music.
This is the first song I ever had anybody else record for me.
May or may not. This guy's being smart right now. Real smart. The song is called Proud Souls. It's about losing friends because of drugs and alcohol. Anybody knows me, I'm not ashamed. I admit if I smoke, I need it. Keeps me from being really stupid. I'm about to sing a little bit. Well, I got drunk by myself last night. They say it's no way to make things right. I just didn't have anything better to do. The dog was asleep on the living room rug, and I watched the show about crime and drugs. I punched a bottle of Jaeger until it was through. I don't care that I can't sleep. Hell, I'd just as soon stay up all week. I might get some things done while others drink. The heater broke and the room got cold, and my knees and ankles saying I'm getting older. The phone finally rang, but it wasn't for me. Dude, I don't care what you gotta say. If everyone was together, I guess no one would be alone. Life's a lot of trade-offs in the end. Somewhere in the fields of heaven, the proud souls laugh and they love together. Somewhere between passion and losers of friends. If you put stupid messages or comments on my thing, I'm just gonna excuse you from live. I don't pay attention to none of that. I do this because it keeps me from being stupid and getting drunk and high on stupidity. So if anybody wants to tell me to stop singing, guess what? I'm gonna keep on singing. So Roll on or roll on.
Sleep finally came. I woke up alone.
And you know what?
I was laying next to the
Because of that,
phone.
I'm gonna start the song over. I'm gonna
It's the
keep
first song
singing
I ever
until I
had
die
recorded for me.
because it keeps me. This is the last beer I ever drank. I opened it opened it January 31st, 2022, and didn't even finish it. That's my dragon right there. This is my trophy. My microphone is my bumper car. This thing, look at it, it's stomped on. Why not? I do this for recovery work. So if you want to sit here and make fun of me because I'm doing something that keeps me sane, keeps me from getting drunk and stupid, you need to self-check yourself if you're going to troll on my channel. Because God's paying attention. Other people are paying attention. So there are 2 or more gathered there are a church, by the way, you trolling people. Hi, I'm sarcastic, by the way. My 12th great-grandfather, 13th, something like that. His middle name was D-U-B-H. You guys haven't seen me before. Probably not. So get used to it because I play a lot of music on this channel. So, trollers, you hecklers, I will troll you back and heckle you back, I swear. Just letting you know. So be careful what you say. Just letting you know. Let's go. Music time. I'm not going to yell and be stupid. My voice is too precious. Plus, it's gone right now. I've lost my voice many, many times. But, haven't gotten drunk. Smoke some weed, because I need it. Some of us people need weed. I'd rather have weed than some psychotic med that does nothing but make you gain weight and act stupid. I've been on 15 different kinds of psych meds and they did nothing but make me worse. Weed and God have made me better. Let's think about that one. I got drunk by myself last night. They say it's no way to make things right. I haven't touched those in a while. The shrooms now. I was asleep on the living room rug and I watched a show about crime and drugs. Punched a bottle of Jaeger until it was through. See, I keep fumbling myself. I'm gonna keep repeating if I got to. Thank you. What up, Deeza? Daiza? Yeah, subscriptions are free. I don't want no money. If YouTube decides, ha, you hilarious. Got him. That was a good one, I ain't gonna lie. I'll give you credit for that one. But now it's time to sing. It's called Proud Souls. It's about losing your friends to drinking and being stupid. Well, I got drunk by myself last night. They say it's no way to make things right. I just didn't have anything better to do. The dog was asleep on the living room rug and I watched a show about crime and drugs. Punched a bottle of Jaeger until it was through. I don't care that I can't sleep. Hell, I'd just as soon stay up all week. I might get some things done while others drink. The heater broke and the room got cold and my knees and ankles saying I'm getting older. The phone finally rang, but it wasn't for me. God loves you more. If everyone was together,
I guess
no one would be alone. Life's a lot of trade-offs in the end. Somewhere in the fields of heaven, the proud souls laugh and they love together. Somewhere between passion and blues and friends. I'm not a Christian, I'm a child of God. So, you know that Jesus was the son of Zeus, right? You believe in Greek mythology. Because the Greeks, the Romans took the concept of Judaism. So you know that you believe in a Greek god. By the way. Just had to throw that one out there. I'm gonna rewind so I can finish this. So you Christians, you believe in a Greek god.
This is the first song I ever heard.
Hey Zeus. Jesus. Hey Zeus. 1 + 1 = 2. I just gotta say it. Christians, you believe in a Greek god. His name's Zeus. I don't see no comments now, so. What, do you get scared that you believe in Zeus? God is God. It don't matter what you call them. They're all the same God. They all work together. There's gods, by the way. Elohim. Elohim is in the very first chapter of the Bible. Let's read. Actually, hold up. Time out. I do this too. I ain't done this in a while. We can do this for a minute. You believe in God? I believe in this somewhat. Because man has put their own thoughts into this book. I'm not a Christian. I'm a child of God. I grew up in Christianity, but you guys have no clue what you're believing in. You really don't. Jesus' name, if you believe in the name Jesus, that means Jesus. And actually his name was Ezeus. E-Z-U-E-S. So who's Jesus the son of? Zeus. Christians, you believe in paganism. Christians, you believe in Greek mythology. Hold up. Genesis chapter 1. Sorry, Christians, for giving you lessons on your own book. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty. Darkness covered the deep waters, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of waters. Then God said, "Let there be light." And then there was light, and God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And evening passed, and morning came, morning the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." And that is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. God called the space sky. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And that is what happened. God called the dry ground land, and the water seas. And God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant, and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kind of plants and trees from which they came." And that is what happened. The land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. Okay, blah, 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 blah of creation, right? I'm looking for a certain part. That's the 4th day. 5th. All right, hold up. Most famous line ever of the Bible right here. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Then God said, let us make human beings in our image. Us and our is plural, not singular. This book tells on itself and contradicts itself too, by the way. Elohim means gods. That's more than one. So, and it even says in this book, do not worship Jesus. Because Jesus says it in his own words. On Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. His own words. All you Christians that idol worship Jesus, which his name was Yeshua or Yahusha, you praying and worshiping Jesus is idol worshiping. Because Matthew chapter 4, verse 10, and you guys can say, I am he and he is with me. That is a metaphor for every single human being that's ever walked this earth, because we are all children of God. This book is prejudiced. It is very contradicting, but it actually has a lot of good points in it. And I can point them out. Especially this, Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. All right, let's just go ahead and get the whole setup for the point of it. I am right. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted there by the devil. For 40 days and 40 nights he fasted and became very hungry. During the time the devil, I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's no such thing as the devil. He was tempted by God to make the best decision. During the time, but we're going to play along with this book right now. During that time, the devil came and said to him, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread. But Jesus told him, no. The scriptures say, people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Then the devil, you mean Jesus looked at himself in the mirror? Took him to the holy city, Jerusalem, to the highest point of the temple, and said, if you are the Son of God, jump off, for the scriptures say he will. One of my favorite scriptures ever, Psalms 91. He will order his angels to protect you, and they will hold you up with their hands so you don't even hurt your foot on a stone. Jesus responded, the scriptures also say you must not test the Lord your God. And he's not talking about Jesus being tested. He's talking about God. Next, the devil took him to the peak of a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. I will give it all to you, he said, if you kneel down and worship me. Jesus looked himself in the mirror. Get out of here, Satan. Jesus told him, for the scriptures say. Now, this is your guy that Christianity worships Jesus. It's in his own words right here. You must worship the Lord your God. Doesn't say worship Jesus. So if you're going to church and praising Jesus' name, you're not praising God. Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. Jesus says it in his own words. You must worship the Lord your God and serve only him. Did he say, Jesus, worship me? No, he didn't. So, I don't get on the whole sin thing because it's judgmental. All I got to say is God's going to touch your own heart in your own way. God is going to reveal himself in a way only you understand, period, because he meets us where we are. And he's going to reveal. This is a very good book. But it tells on itself. Jesus wasn't perfect. A guy that was high on cocaine and drunk one night last year told me to read John chapter 2, the wedding at Cana. I said, why, bro? I was like, that's supposed to be where Jesus performed his first miracle, right? So let's do a history lesson of this good book and what you guys believe. Jesus wasn't perfect. Paid and trained teachers and preachers of these churches have been told to not basically go into certain things. Now, let's just check this out real quick. This is word for word out of the Life Recovery Bible. So you see how much I use this. Red Hot Chili Peppers is a great band. The next day, there was a wedding celebration in the village of Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the celebration. The wine supply ran out during the festival. So Jesus' mother told him, they have no more wine. Dear woman, that's not our problem. Jesus is speaking to his own mother. What pastors out here straight up strip this down and take this words of this book and teach you the right way of how to read this. They failed to do that. But his mother told the servants, do whatever he tells you. So she makes him do this. Standing nearby were 6 stone water jars. Hold up, time out, reverse. Back to during the festival. So Jesus' mother told him, they have no more wine. Dear woman, that's not our problem, Jesus replied. Now hold up don't hold your breath too long, but guess what? Here's the part where Jesus tells on himself that he was not perfect. He tells his own mother, my time has not yet come, mother. So, if he straight tells his own mother, I'm not supposed to do this. It's not my time. Was Jesus perfect? It's right there. My time is not yet come. In the book. Right there. All you trained and paid teachers of this good book and in them churches, please stop saying Jesus is perfect. I even have one of the pastors here in this town where I stay, Justin Duvall, even agreed with me that Jesus wasn't perfect. I'm not degrading Christianity. I'm trying to help Christianity to wake up and see what you guys are really actually learning and teaching. You believe in Greek mythology. I have no idea what that is. But anyways, I've talked long enough. I thought I was going to sing tonight, but oh well, this sometimes goes this way. Here soon I'll be doing more because I got a little something I need to talk about here soon tomorrow. It's about promises. I use this book to teach Christians because there's too many hypocritical Christians that don't live by it. And they've changed it so many times that it's wrong in some spots. It really is. And I'll show you over time. And I got 600 videos on my YouTube. There's a lot of, like, you see the one random flipping of the word, it's about the Bible, by the way. So I'm getting out of here. I'm chilling. That was fun though. Learn something once in a while.